All right. So I was never particularly good at being a boy. At least not by the standards of Topeka, Kansas in the 1970s. For starters, I had absolutely no athletic ability at all. But worse than that, I had no interest in or understanding of sports. I was interested in talking about my feelings. And when my feelings were hurt, I cried. When the boys were out on the playground playing Smear the Queer, because that was a thing, I wanted to trade friendship pins and stickers with the girls. And by the time I was in middle school, my bedroom at home was completely filled with unicorns. Stuffed ones, books, posters, figurines. It was like Lisa Frank exploded. So I was bullied a lot as a kid. There's a surprise. And I had a lot of well-meaning people who would give me advice about what I needed to do to make that stop. And it was always about what I needed to do, right? They said, be less sensitive. Toughen up. Fight back. And it took me years to understand that the bullying and the advice were two sides of the same coin. Everyone was trying to do the same thing. They were all trying to make me into a better boy. This is called gender policing. And once you start noticing it, you will see it everywhere. If you don't believe me, go to Facebook and do a quick search for man bun. So, eventually, of course, I went to high school, I went to college, things got better. I met different kinds of people. I learned about different ways of being, and I learned that the way that I was not wrong, it was just different. Okay? This is a good thing. So, Karl, some of you are asking, are you gay? Well, no, I'm not. I actually like women. I actually like women a lot, to be honest with you. I will be honest with you that I'm kind of attracted to androgyny as well. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone who doesn't find Jason Momoa sexy is either dead or asexual. Asexual is a real thing too, just in case you're wondering. But this is not about sexuality, this is about gender expression. Okay? For a very long time, I didn't know how to talk about this. And then about 6 years ago, I came across a term that I had never heard before. The word is genderqueer. This is the genderqueer flag right here, by the way. This is a word that it's kind of nebulous. It means different things to different people. For me, what it means is that I don't have to be a boy or a girl. I can do nail polish and makeup and a beard. I can be a little bit Top Gear, a little bit what not to wear. Okay? Next slide. And as this idea in the culture kind of evolves and changes, so does my own understanding of my own gender. Some days I will tell you that I am a femme. Some days I'll say I'm mostly male. If I'm feeling really brave, sissy. Now some people will tell you, why do we need all these labels? Why can't we all just be people? Well, I will explain that to you. It's because names are important. There is a great power in being able to find your tribe and say, this is who I am. And most importantly, to do that for yourself. Because any cat will tell you there's a big difference between putting yourself in a box and somebody else putting you in a box. Right? So I've been talking about myself tonight, but we're supposed to be talking about building a better world. So how does that work? If you have compassion and acceptance for me and people like me, you will literally save lives. Reports and studies have shown that men who adhere to strict, rigid gender roles experience higher rates of stress-related illness. They are less likely to seek treatment for those illnesses. This toxic masculinity leads to higher rates of violence and suicide. On the other hand, people who step outside the gender binary are victims of violence on a daily basis. They experience higher rates of mental illness and substance abuse, and they are unable to seek medical treatment because of stigma in the medical community and lack of access to medical care and insurance, and you can change this. All you have to do is step up and treat people with compassion and respect, to reach out and ask questions, to listen to the answers to those questions, to educate other people and advocate for people who are different from you. And I am asking you to do that, starting right now. Thank you.